your neighbor, I say poverty is a bloody bastard. If you don't understand that, then you're not supposed to be here. I have 1 hour to do justice to a very huge topic, and I'm going to do my best to give you the much I can by the grace of God. And whatever it is you hear me say, you try and practicalize, right? Because success comes from practicalizing, right? And not just in hearing. I'm going to be talking about the management trap.
Oh. God bless you, sir.
I'll talk about the management trap. I know so many of us have experienced this, right? If you have an office, raise your hand up. Oh my goodness, bless you, bless you, bless you. If you have downlines that you handle, raise your hand up. Bring it down. If you are negative in the management trap, raise your hand up. The management trap is holding you very well, raise your hand up. Raise it very well, because if you don't know you're in trouble, there's no one can rescue you. Bring it down. Now, gentlemen and ladies, let's talk about the management trap, right? Because this is something that has destroyed seasoned network marketers. Seasoned. People who believe they are grounded. Somebody who is able to come talk to people, a whole lot of people will join them, but after a period of time, they fizzle out. We begin to look for them. Where is Dr. Mba? He's not a woman. Where is Dr. Mba? We start searching. Dr. Usman. Where is Dr. Usman? We start searching. We enter the forest and we see a trap somewhere. Holding his neck. On your man here. It's the management trap. I begin to wonder, how come? What happened? Right? You see, how many of us have read this book? Stand up. If you have read this book, stand up. Yes, of course. We're going to ask that question. Now, if you are sitting down, right, or you want to sit down, please feel free to sit down. Because if you fail the question I'm going to ask you, you'll give me $100 here. So if you know you will fail the question, probably, please feel free to sit down. Feel free to sit down. I will be very, very technical, and if you fail the question I will ask you, you will give me $100 now. Now. There is nothing wrong with you just telling yourself the truth. I will fail this question, let me just sit down. Right? There is nothing, we're all we. Usman, you want to sit down? Okay, everybody sit down. Thank you. You see, this book talked about the management trap. The management trap is in what chapter? Chapter what? Are you sure? Do you want to check? Who said chapter 2? Should I give you the book to check? Who wants to check? If you say chapter 2 and you want to check, raise your hand up. You're not sure, Abi? Check. The management trap is in what chapter? Are you holding the book upside down?
Avoiding the management trap, chapter 2.
Chapter what? So why are you not sure? You wanted to confirm before you lose $100. Avoiding the what? In chapter 2 of this book. When we are done today, I want all of you to go back and read this chapter very, very well. Because you guys run an office. It is easy for you to be so negative into this and you don't know. Are you with me? Network marketing is based on a team building philosophy. Are you with me? The single most important, the single most frequent cause of failure in network marketing is a mistaken belief that we must manage our downlines. And you turn from being a leader to becoming a what? A manager. A leader tells people, shows people what? How it is done. A manager tells people to go and do it. Right? A manager will say, go and do this. Have you made your calls? Have you made your calls? What does the leader do? Let us make our calls. Have you invited? How many people did you invite? How many people did you invite? That's the manager. The leader, let us make our invitations. You are making your own, I am making my own. Are you with me? That's leadership. So one of the things you need to understand as people who run offices is that there is a very big temptation for you to believe you are doing the business by being in the management business. And you know the problem is that you don't even know you are in the management trap in the first place. In most cases, you are deep in the management trap and you think you are not in the management trap. You get back home, you look like somebody they're beating up, you are so tired, you are so exhausted, you know, they bring you one drum of pounded jam, you finish it right away because you are so excited and so exhausted. And when Dr. Victor calls you, Dr. Usman, how many were in the office today? Yes. How was work today with my Dr. Victor? This work today was crazy. I almost died with work. It's really great. How many people did you invite today? Yes, so invite. Not directly by myself, but you know, my downlines where I was working, telling them to invite. I was doing. In fact, this lady came all the way from Kano to see me. We spent 2 hours there. Like the proverbial story of a young man that read biology, preparing for biology, doing work, and studied very well, learned how to draw agama lizard very, very well. After learning how to draw agama lizard, Wyatt came. Agama lizard was not inside. They draw this diagram of a leaf. The guy looked at his leaf. He didn't study leaf, but he studied agama lizard. So what did he do? He drew a tree with so many leaves and drew an agama lizard eating a leaf. And the guy said, the above is a tree, and the tree has leaves. Eating a leaf is an agama lizard. An agama lizard is an organism that is blah 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 and left the leaf and discuss agama lizard. That's what many of you do when they catch you deep in the management trap. Did you make invitations today? My downline came from Kano. Did they ask you if you have downlines in Kano? And you are discussing OP off point because you are negative in the management trap. The job of a network marketer is to teach and encourage others to do things for themselves. Repeat after me. The job of a network marketer, I can't hear you. The job of a network marketer is to teach and encourage others to do things for themselves. Now let me tell you what network marketing really is. Network marketing is not one person doing a lot of things. Network marketing is a lot of people doing very little things. That's the power of leverage. When you look at yourself in your office every day, and you see that at the end of the month, at the end of the day, when they look at what you have done, and you are so exhausted, right? Probably you're not doing it well. If everything has to come back to you in the team, you're not doing something well. You're the one anchoring everything. If you're not there to close, nobody will close. If you're not there to present, nobody will present. If you're not there to anchor some meetings, it will not happen. If you're not there to direct something, it will not happen. Any day you don't post meeting links, it will not happen. Then something is wrong. Right? Because everything is tied around you. It is because of so many people, you really don't believe your teammates are capable of and worthy of doing it themselves. So there are two basic objections to network marketing. Number one is what? What is number one? Limited belief in what? In yourself. And the second one? Limited belief in what? Network marketing. Right? For so many of you, you have this limited belief. And this limited belief tells you my teammates are unworthy. That's a limited belief in the system in network marketing. My teammates cannot handle this. You want everybody to talk like you. You want everybody to be able to present like you. You want everybody to be able to close like you. 2 days after you joined this business, were you closing like you? Were you talking like you? Were you booking people like you? So why do you think these people will not be able to do it? Your uplines gave you an opportunity and a playground to play and reveal yourself and learn the system. Why not let others shine too? For some of the reason you are not deep in the management trap is because of the pride and the aura it gives you. My boss is around, good boss is around, and you are there, you feel so cool with yourself, and your voice will change when you are talking to your downlines. Your voice normally is but when you are talking to your downline, it's cool. I need to understand that for you to grow in your business, you must allow your downlines to flex their wings. Are you with me? You must trust your downlines to flex their wings. You must trust your downlines to make mistakes. You must learn to teach your downlines and correct their mistakes and let them to do it again. Let them do it again. Are you with me? Before I'm done, I will teach you the secret of duplication that you should practice with your team. And when you practice that secret of duplication, you're going to create the success you are looking for in your team, right? Now listen to this. Playing caretaker to your team only costs the new network marketers to spend disproportionate amount of time on a particular leg of their downlines to the exclusion of everyone else. It happens like this. You sign up into the business, right? And you get into the management trap. And when you get into the management trap, you focus on one person, you are managing that person, you follow the person to Kano, to Lagos, to Jalingo, all over the place. You are doing everything for that person. And all the person does is what? Watch you like TV. The person doesn't make calls, the person doesn't do anything. You tell the person, you know what? Just unleash me on your downlines. So unleash me on your social capital. Let me talk to them. Get your name list sent to me. Get their name list sent to me. Get this name list sent to me. You are the only one that is collecting all the name lists. And when we see you making calls, your hair is standing one by one by one. Right, Master General? I remember meeting her downstairs, and she had almost 60 leaves of name lists on her hands. I said, how much did you make last month? That was some years ago, 2 years ago. She said, boss, I didn't make money. I said, how much did you make last month? She said, I didn't make money. I said, how much? She said, only 400,000. And I said, 400 2 years ago. If you are working in the civil service, you are one of those people that they are going to kill or kill a shrine so that they will take your job. And when the person takes your job, they will kill that person too. Another person will take your job at 400K. But because you're in this business, you're insulting money, you think 400K is not money. God, poverty is a bastard. And I told her something that time. That you must learn to get this list in the houses of people. Let people begin to make the calls. They will make their mistakes. Don't be afraid when they make their mistakes. It is part of the learning process. You see, the mistake so many of you make is that you expect success. You see, there's a difference between a failure and a winner, right? Somebody who is a failure and somebody who is a winner have something in common. Do you know what they have in common? They both want to win. Both the success and the failure both want to win. They really want to win. But the man who is a failure wants to win without failing. He wants to win and he doesn't want any failure at all in his trying to win. He doesn't want any command. The moment he experiences command or any problem, he abandons what he's doing and then becomes a failure. But the man who wants to win understands that failing is part of winning. He understands that for you to move forward and get to your destination, you will fall. If I start from this wall and my journey is to get to the other wall, I take 2 steps and I fall down. I stand up. Am I closer to that destination or not? I am closer. I take 3 more steps, I fall down. Am I getting closer? Yes, I am. If I am that consistent, I will get to the wall. But if you decide you don't want to go again, you go back, you have failed. I remember when I was learning how to swim in a river. Those were the ones that learned how to swim in a river, or the university there. There was this river close to my school called Unmotivated, very fast flowing river. And one day, 2 of my friends decided to help me cross the river, right? Swim across the river, very flat flowing. And you know, when you're swimming close to a bridge, you know the whole water is just compressing there. I said, let me do that. And one was on my left, one was on my right, and we set off, trying to cross. We swam. I got to an extent, I was tired. I now looked at the bank of the river on the other side. I looked at it, and I told myself, I can no longer continue. You know what I need to do? I turned back. Once I turned back, oh my goodness, the other one was also very, very far. I had to struggle backwards, struggle until my toes would just touch the ground. And I tiptoed down, then started walking, held my breath and walked until I now came out of the river. But it was a very important lesson for me then. I was halfway across the river. The effort it would have taken me to cross was the same effort it took me to go back. Are you with me? That is one big lesson I learned then. I still remember that day up to today. If I had continued, I would have crossed. I never tried crossing again. Are you with me? And that is what happened to so many of us in this business. You are going to experience things that want to make you give up. But know that it takes the same energy to give up as exactly the same energy it takes you to continue. Are you with me? So, management trap creates 2 very serious problems. Problem number 1, it produces weak and lethargic distributors because someone else is doing the work for them. That's the first big problem with the management trap. You'll find that for those of you who are making third-party calls for people, right? Raise your hands up. Those of you who are really making lots of calls for your team, raise your hands up. Now pay attention, put your hands down. I want to say something. For the duration I talk here, right? If they say raise your hand up, this is not raising your hand up. Your blood doesn't flow very well, right? Put your hands very well. That's what it means raise your hand up. Don't worry about your armpit, you're not interested. Are you following me? You know why? Some of you will pray, Father, send me PMW. Father, send me PMW. And God will look down from heaven and say, my son, your prayer is answered. Receive PMW. He doesn't send it to only you. He sends PMW to so many people around you. And others are raising their hands and grabbing the PMW that we are coming towards your direction. Because you only attracted it with your prayer. But you have to do your own work to grab it. And you were forming big boy. Your hand was like this, waiting for the PMW to reach you. Others around you were stretching it and grabbing it into their garage. And before you know what's happening, somebody grabbed the last one that came to you and you said, why me? Why won't it be you? You are suffering from NSS, near success syndrome, because you don't stretch to your potential. You just end up sitting there and waiting for everything to come to you. When we say raise up your hand, raise it up and let the blood flow very, very well. Right? So if your hands is raised up and your elbows are still bent, it means your hands are not raised up. Because I am not Clark Kent, I'm not Superman, I can't see through people. Right? When we say raise up your hand, the idea of doing that is so that we can take some statistics. Right? And when you do like this, you're the only one that knows you're the only one that's raising your hand. So how do we know? Are you with me? So if you're one of those that make third-party calls for your team, and you know when you do this, you are doing the calls and you do a lot of them, raise your hand up now. Oh my goodness, God bless you, God bless you. Bring your hands down. Now I want you guys to tell me the most important problem, the most problem you receive when you make calls from people. What is the one thing that is very, very evident? Can we all put our hands together for the chair himself? This man, you know him more than me, right? Yes, thank you very much, sir. Because he's even sitting on the chair's chair. This is the man that brought us up in Egypt. Right? That's why we call him the chairman. When we were in Forever Living Product, he was the one that actually took us and spanked poverty mentality out of our heads. Yes. So, what is the one problem you usually get when you make calls for people? What's the one problem? I'm talking about what as relates to your downline you are calling for, not the prospect you are calling. What's the main problem you usually get? Please speak aloud. They go to sleep, okay? They are not active, okay? They are waiting for results, okay? Yeah?
They blame you.
They want, thank you very much. They blame you. You people say that you will call for us and the world will join. You people, there are plenty. You people. They have this false sense of what? Entitlement. Right? They will not show up. Right? Typically, understand this. When you are making the third party call for your downline, right? Your contact accommodation calls, that downline should be sitting beside you. Exactly. He should be sitting beside you because you are not helping him. You are in the management trap when you are sitting and making calls. But when he's sitting beside you, you are no longer in the management trap. He is learning. Right? Because if I call for Dr. Victor and Dr. Victor signs up Dr. Mba, who will call for Dr. Mba? Is it me again? Did you eat blood vessels? How will I be the one to call for you again? Are you with me? So let me tell you something. If I call for Dr. Victor and I call for Dr. Mba, then there's a problem with me because I am relaxing in the management trap. Dr. Victor should be by my side and learn the calls I make. I'm making about how many calls for him? Over 35 calls or thereabout. Yes. Right? I make 35 calls for you and you're not sitting beside me. How will you learn how to make your own calls? How will you learn? So look at how you duplicate it. So you don't fall into the management trap, right? Dr. Victor brings his 35 name list and I call it 35 name list with Dr. Victor sitting beside me. Yes. Dr. Mba signs up into the business. Dr. Mba brings his 35 name list, right? And I sit with Dr. Victor and listen to Dr. Victor make Dr. Mba's call. While Dr. Mba is sitting down there and listening to Dr. Victor. Are you with me? So as I'm listening to Dr. Victor doing the calls, I am correcting him, helping him see where he's going right or where he's going wrong, right? And he still makes the calls. Yes, I am present, but I am listening and it's being done in front of me. He corrects. After he corrects it, he does it again. They correct him, he does it again. And before he knows what's happening, he gets good at it. And what does he do? I get out of the picture and now Dr. Mba is the one he's teaching. Dr. Mba is listening and learning how those calls are made. But when you pay your downline, send me your names. Let me make your calls. The guy doesn't even understand that you're using money to make the calls. I hope you understand. Yes. They don't even know. I gave you people 200 names and you have not called them up. Did you send me money to make the calls? Is what? Oh, yes, you UNICEF. They used to send us money for calls. You know, send it bank. Access Bank used to credit our alert every month. They will send you 200K. Bonus the narration for making calls for your downlines. They don't even know. Because they have this false sense of entitlement. You create weak distributors when you fall in the management trap. The second problem, while managing others, right? The network marketer loses valuable time that would have been otherwise used in prospecting activities. Right? So when you are deep in that management trap, you lose valuable time you will have used to prospect people. The time you will have used to invite people. The time you will have used to show the plan, follow up, close down, run your 7 skills. Those are the times you lose. Now, there's something about the 7 skills. Dr. Mba talked about the 7 skills. But there's something about the 7 skills I want you to look at. The 7 skills is related to who? The who is in perspective there. Is it your downline or is it you? It's you. The 7 skills is talking about you as an entity. You must learn how to what? Generate prospects. You must learn how to what? Invite. You must learn how to what? Present. You must learn how to what? follow up. You must learn how to what? Close down. You must learn how to what? Get them started. You must learn how to what? Promote event. You. So what that means is that these are necessary skill sets that can drive your business. So why is it that when you are doing your business, you learn the 7 skills and you don't allow your downlines to learn the 7 skills? Because you do the 7 skills for them. So they don't know how to prospect. They don't know how to invite. They don't know how to present. They don't know how to flow. They don't know how to close down. They don't know because you do everything for them. I tell my team members, never you open your mouth and tell me to close somebody for you. Don't try that one. Because you and I will have very personal problems. So they know, if I am ever going to close anybody for you, it must be a 3-way call. Or it must be a Zoom call. You there, me there, the prospect there. We sit down there. Yes, I did one last night. You have to sit down. That triangle must be there. And your camera must be on. If it's Zoom, your camera must be on. Mine must be on. The other man's must be on. So when I'm talking, keep quiet and keep your face there. Be learning and looking. Because by the time I do 1 for you, do 2 for you, do the third one for you, that is all. Bye-bye. Your downline gets the sign up. You do it. Plunder. Make the mistakes and everything. And learn from there. Learn from there. The problem is that most of us are in the management trap because we want to sign up every distributor. Biggest mistake number 1. You can't sign up everybody. Some of them are for us to practice upon. That's the fact. Some distributors are made for us to practice upon. So if people are downlines are inviting for us, it is for us to practice on them. How many of you have ever gone to the barber salon? Men, you've gone to the barber salon and they arranged one guy learning and the guy used the head to practice. It will be as if you should just remove your head and remove the person's head together. You know? So one day, is this the head? How can you go for this meeting? There was a one I heard of in Enugu. The lady went to make her hair. And after making her hair, they did very useless hair. She came back and she was crying. Her friend asked her, who did this hair for you? He said it's one place he went to. They now called the person and said, why did you do this hair for this lady now? For her wedding? The man said, you didn't tell me his wedding now, I would have done it myself. Oh, you see, that happens. But if the man does not do that, how will his people learn? They have to learn on somebody's head. This is also. So you need to learn on somebody's prospect. And your downline need to learn on somebody's prospect. Right? So don't be afraid of it. Yes, you can manage it so that in such a way that the collateral damage is not too much. Right? But in everything, before you can produce leaders, there must be damages. There must be damages. Right? The damages you get in your not wanting to have damages is more than the damages you have in developing leaders. Because you say, I don't want damages, and you start doing everything yourself. You don't know what you are losing. You can't reach your reach, not going far. And you see yourself doing 1 million, 2 million a month, and somewhere in your head is swelling up that you are making money. 1 million, 2 million a month. Let me tell you something. I will tell you what Mr. Apako, Imana Apako told us here. Okay, it was downstairs. Right? He told us downstairs. When he said he was talking nonsense, he said, by then Apostle Mike was making 1.5 million naira and was feeling like a don. All of us were there doing 300k, 400k, at least we were making more than average banker, and we were forming big boys. And the man came and told me, oh my goodness. They say what an old man sits down and sees. Even a small boy climbed up on the tree. It
was clear.
Because we were like fools, like Mumu. You know, I don't know what the man must have seen. He now called us and said, come. If you are not making 5 million naira in this business, you don't know what you are doing here. You should quit. You are just wasting your time. I said, no now. Do you know what we are doing? You can't say this now. Who makes 5 million naira? How do you know? We didn't believe it was possible. If I mention 5 million naira now around this people here, they can just close this meeting, tell you guys just hold on outside for 10 minutes and they will keep it serious beating. After beating, they will now adjust the cloth and keep it back on the phone and I'll come out and will be smiling. Make 5 million naira in money in this business, you're a failure. Right? You're a failure. Well, I won't say you're a failure. Before somebody puts me inside this hall now, right? But if you make $5 million money in this business, you have not started. You have not started, right? You will know you have started this business. When you start this business is when you touch 10 figures, right? That's when you say you have started. If you have not touched 10 figures, you have not made $10 million before, 10.0000, I don't know zeros, you have not started a business yet. You are still testing the microphone. Are you with me? So for those of you who are now relaxing, just know that the game is elevated. I was telling Dr. Victor and Dr. Mba some time ago that there will be a time in M Global, right? That because of C21 FG, somebody is making 50 million naira a month and you're not in top 20.
Yes, now it's true. Yes.
50 million naira a month, you're not in top 20. Right now in this business, if you are doing 10 million naira a month in this team, you might not be in top 20.
You might not. Yes.
I am telling you, I am current. So people like us have to be on our toes to do our business. So you don't sleep in the management trap. They say new blood is the what? The lifeblood of the business. New blood is the lifeblood of the business. The only way you can win in network marketing is by injecting your team with new blood over and over and over and over again. Inject the new blood, inject the new blood. As you inject them, you subject them to the system. You teach them the system and you expect them to run the system. Give them the opportunity to run the system. You cannot squeeze out the system from them. Give them the opportunity to run the system. And when you do that, you know what will happen? The egos among them will grab it, emerge, and run the system. Right? Because we have a lot of people who are egos. Then we have egos in training. I don't know which one you are. But some are chickens. Because no matter what you do, they cannot move themselves. You are the one to move yourself. We can come here, we can motivate you, and we can inspire you, say a lot of things that will inspire you. But the word motivation comes from the Latin word motare. Motare means to move. Nobody can move you. You will be the one to move yourself. So if we show you everything and you decide you don't want to move yourself, there's nothing anybody can do. Because for some of you, you know what drives you. You know what moves you. For some of you, the fear of your girlfriend is more important to you than the fear of poverty. So if your girlfriend tells you, I don't like that kind of thing, that you people are scammers, you calm down, you shift. Meanwhile, your girlfriend is broke, very broke, and you're listening to her. Right? So you need to understand that. So the more you inject new blood into your business, the bigger a business you're going to do. Keep injecting them. Some will turn out to become huge forces that will grow your business. Some of them. Because it's a numbers game in the long run. Right? Did you get that? Remember this. Your leaders will copy your management strategy. And they will also fall into that same trap with you if you're in the management trap. So for those of you who are in the management trap, you come to the office, you see, the worst kind of management trap you can fall into are those ones where you are actually doing something that is totally unrelated. You come to office, what do? You change the light bulbs. Fix the light bulb very well. You start adjusting your presentation slide. You know, Dr. Mba sent you a presentation slide that made him top four in Nigeria, and to you that slide was not good enough, right? And you are like top 200,000 in Nigeria, and you are adjusting Dr. Mba's slide. Who are you? It worries me when I see such things. You see a downline who doesn't have any result, adjusting the slides his leader has given to him. What are you trying to achieve from it? If you're a fashion designer, you're not adjusting the slide. Do you want to turn it into a fashion designing slide? Are you with me? Because these are some of the things that make people not get the result. And you're wondering what is wrong with my business. You say I'm doing everything right and I'm not getting the result. You are not doing anything right. You're not doing anything right. You want to present and then you stand up and you start creating your own words. How? How can you create your own words? You came from a military background and you came into this business and you got a slide and you want to start presenting using the military background. How? Are you telling people to do press or do presentation? There was something Dr. Mba did one time. I heard it for the first time in Philippines 2018. I remember when Dr. Mba we were having a meeting in 7th option. Dr. Mba called me that day and said he was going to send some, he want to attend our meeting. I said no problem. He said he wants to come with 2 of his downlines. I said no problem. And in the long run, only the 2 downlines came. We gave them seat in front. And they recorded the presentation. I didn't know anything about that recording. I didn't know anything happened. But when we were in Manila, 2019, yes, 2019 Manila, when this man in Enugu, Moses, Actor Moses, was given that wristwatch as a present by Ambassador Mike, he came and told me that I want to thank you very much, that this would not have been possible without you. I said, bros, I am seeing you for the first time. Seeing you for the first time. I said, what do you mean? He said, I will not understand. That when he signed up, Dr. Mba gave him that recorded presentation. And he took that recorded presentation and he was going through it over and over and over and over again. Then he also gave him, there's this slide also gave him called Trainee Diamond. I created that slide when we were Forever Living Products. Then Diamond Manager was the highest. So I considered myself a Diamond Manager in training. So that slide was titled Trainee Diamond Manager, Trainee Diamond Training, right? Very powerful. Dr. Moses said he was using that slide and he was mastering the words of the presentation over and over and over again until he could practically say the whole presentation by himself. He picked the words of someone who had the result he wanted and used those words. And today, if you mention Dr. Architect Moses, everybody knows him. Everybody knows him. Some of you know Madam Sharon, right? Top 15. Madam Sharon, practically, the words she used in presentation up to today are words I used when I was training her, right, when we were running our presentation. She crammed everything, crammed the examples, crammed every single thing. Sometimes you see Dr. Mba presenting, and you say, how? Where did how come from? Let me say something. Tell your neighbor, use the words of your leaders. Use the words of your leaders until you become like them. It is a taboo. Hear me. It is a taboo to change your leader's slide without his permission. It is a taboo to use your own slide in your own office without your leader knowing about it. It is a taboo. Because you cannot say you want the result of your leader and you are doing something different from what he does. This is a business of copy and what? Yes. They say our leader is a business, the best copycat what? Wins. But you must copy the right cat. So who are you copying? Many of you spend so much time in the management trap because you are copying the wrong cat. You don't have the results yet, right? You have enough zeal, fire, burning hunger to run the business. So you were able to put money together and set up your office, right? But then you still not gotten everything. Instead of getting everything and running it until you create your result, you start creating your own system. Now you have watered down your business. What do you do when you water down your business? Your downlines will enter that business and they are approaching a watered down system. They are going to use the watered down system. They are going to be the management trap like you. And what will they now do? They are going to water down the watered down system. right? And they are now going to practice a more watered down system and recruit their own downlines who will now come and water down the already watered down system. And one day you wake up and you see that you don't have a system. Somebody will tell you, you pass one day, you go to one of the offices and you see somebody making a call, and the person will say, no, you see, you don't even need to do 35 names, just give me 2 names and let's start from there. You wonder, how did it get to this? It got to this because you became the weak link in your team. So tell your neighbor, I will never be the weak link in my team. Supporting your organization is part of team building and involves helping your downline close the prospects. That is supporting your organization, right? It is part of team building and also involves you helping your downline close a prospect. But if you are helping your downline close a prospect and your downline is not on a call or not physically present when that is being done, you are not supporting your downline. You are in a management trap. Even if that downline signs up, you are still in the management trap. Because you know what the downline will do tomorrow? When he signs up somebody, right? He will do the same thing. He will do the same thing. He will not tell the person, let the person be there. The person will be at home, right? The person might even be impregnating his wife at that point in time, and you are there making 35 calls for him. How does that work out? It doesn't work out. You tell him, look, bro, when you have the chance, come sit down, we're going to do this together. You must do it, it has to be done in front of you. Don't be afraid, you must not eat everything, right? You will sign up some, you will lose some, you will not eat everything. But when you want to eat everything is when you drop inside the management trap. You tell them, okay, you know what, just get set, tell them to hold on, I'm coming, I'm driving very, very fast, because you want to be the one to run presentation. The first presentation I subjected my downline, Madam Sharon, to in 2017 was in Suite 5. I was supposed to take the presentation that day. I just left my phone in front of that place and I told Callistus, when my phone rings, Madam Sharon used to function like my secretary then. I had my secretary, right? But she was always around, That's one thing. Be around your leader. Tell them, be around your leader. Call them until you extract everything from them. By the time you leave Dr. back, this will be like paper, nothing inside anymore. That's how it's supposed to be. It's still fresh now. That means you guys are not even coming in well. You think you have top 4 in my upline, I will not squeeze this out of him. Right? I told Callisto that if my phone rings, right, if that vision comes, let my son be the one to pick my phone. Right? The one to run the position. So I left. The time of vision came, I was not there, people started looking for me. I called my phone on my table. The thing rang. So give it to Madam Sharon. They give it to Madam Sharon. I said, Madam, go inside there and present. She said, how? I said, I don't know how. Go inside and present. You have the tools, right? You have everything. Go and present. She went there and stood inside there. Asset is equal to liabilities. The life expectancy of a Japanese is 192 years. And by the time I had come, I carried my hand on my head. 192 years. From where? Right? The moment she saw me, I knew what she wanted to do, I escaped. I remember the second time she did, we sent her to presentation, the moment she was presenting, the second presentation was presenting, and Ambassador Nefo just walked in. The next thing we had was, and I have the singular privilege of bringing up our mastermind, Ambassador. She was still on come, she had not made her come now. She had to invite Ambassador Nefo to come and collect presentation. And she ran out. You know? But today she's good. Are you with me? Because I was prepared to go through all that. So you need to let your downlines go through it. If not, you will be the one doing everything. What's his name? What's this guy's name? The system. What's his name? Don Fila said you can carry one man on your back. If you are strong, you can carry 2 people on your back. But no matter how strong you are, you cannot carry 3 people on your back. You see, the The reason why some of you have the audacity to tell your downlines to give me calls to make for you is because you don't even understand the concept of duplication. You don't understand what compound effect means. What if I sign up only my chairman here, only him, and I tell him, give me your calls to make, and I'm very good at making the calls, right? And he gives me the calls to make. I make those calls, and I get 3 people to join. What do I do with 3 of them? 3 of you, give me your calls to make. I make their 35, 35, 35 from 3 people, and 3 people join. How many people now? 9. I tell them, give me your calls to make. Do you know what happens? I have created redundant people. Very redundant people. They would have become big and successful in the business. But now I can no longer make their calls. Right? Because the calls are now more than I can make. And he only gave me 35. What of the remaining 1,337 people in his phone? What happens to them? Paul signs them up. And he will just come back one day, they signed up my brother. No, let me see. Well, who said that to me? Where is foot in the door? Foot. You see the one at the back there? Bending her head. She told me a story yesterday. I will reveal the story. Foot. Thank you very much. I will reveal the story. I will reveal it so that others will learn. Should I reveal? Okay. I will reveal. Let me give them an idea, right? I can reveal. Thank you very much. God bless you. Her papa in the business. Her own father, right? The same father, the same mother, was signed up by another person. Do you used to send your father money from this business? Yes, she does. She sent money from the business, but did not tell the man, come and do this business. Another person from another place came and told him, come and do this business. He's not telling her. I was in 2017, I opened our chat group. I saw my elder brother's wife in the chat group. I carried phone and I called her. Scholar, what are you doing in this chat group? She says she signed up with 3 accounts. She has not been signed up with 7 accounts. This account, that account. Guess who signed her up? Dr. Victor. My own elder brother's wife. Try. Are you with me? Yes. So you must understand this. Our business is a business that if you snooze, you what? You lose. You lose. So help them in doing it. Help them in doing the activity. But make sure that when you are helping them, they are beside you. Credit finishes. What do? Bros, the credit for your calls has finished. Let us load more. The guy will bring money, load the game, and he will make his calls. Are you with me? Even if you want to load for him, let him know credit has finished. Load the calls. You load the call and you start making the calls. He will appreciate the effort you are putting in. And he will not tell you, you people. The reason he's saying you people is because the guy was eating masa and suya, right? Drinking red wine in Hilton when you were there making all the calls. So he doesn't even appreciate what you have done. He thinks that you are also eating masa and suya, drinking red wine, as at the time he gave you the calls to make. He didn't know you went through difficult times trying to make those calls. And the reason is like that because you put yourself in the management trap. Now, one of the most dangerous things in the management trap is the one called the Messiah complex, according to your Facebook marketing. The Messiah complex. The Messiah complex is the situation where you believe that you are the one to make your team successful. So you are the Messiah, you are the savior of your team. Right? Without me, there is no team. Are you with me? Let me tell you, I don't know for you, but for me, I am prepared to let my group die if they are not ready to duplicate. If they are not ready to duplicate, and I show them, do it with them, try to get them to do what they need to do, and I'm showing them, and you are exempting yourself, I back you one side, I recruit new people, and I focus on those new people and teach them the system. I'm only looking for people who are ready to create the success for themselves. Network marketing, we are looking for the lookers. Tell them we are looking for the lookers. You cannot drag somebody beyond the finish line if he's not willing. The man must see the dream, right? Now, it is easy for us to misinterpret something. It is easy for us to judge somebody who is supposed to be an eagle and call him a chicken. That can easily happen, right? Because some people are eagles in training. Some people are just the eggs of eagles. But you don't even know the difference. And the only way you can know the difference is if you first become an eagle. What did I say? Because it takes an eagle to recognize an eagle. If you're a chicken here, no matter what you do, you cannot recognize an eagle. You cannot. So the first step for you to even say, this guy is in a management trap, is for you to even know that there is something called a management trap. It's for you to be an eagle on your own. It's for you to understand how to run the business. It's for you to get trained. It is when you get trained and know all these things that you can now say, okay, yes, I know how to identify an eagle. I know the characteristics of an eagle. I know the characteristics of a chicken. And when you do that, you can now see your downline as you sign them up and as you subject them to training, you can know who is who. But one of the first important things you need to know to identify a chicken, somebody that will never grow in the business, the moment you sign up somebody, come for IPO, World Cup. Enter training, PSG, World Cup. Attend this one, problem. Make name list, problem. Read the book, problem. It's a, you don't need anybody, it's a neon sign, right? It's a neon sign, very bright at night, red, shining, telling you that this person is a no-go area. Are you with me? But when you have those kind of people, what do? I'm going to give you guys a small secret that will help you, right? Especially those of you who are having trouble generating name lists. How many of you don't have name lists to call? Raise your hand up. You don't have name lists to call. Oh, that means the rest of you have name lists to call, right? No, if you don't have names, raise your hand up. If you're having trouble raising people to call, or you have one leg that is dead, one leg of your business is completely dead, and you wish that leg is working, raise your hand up. And the woman is there, right? Yes. Bring your hands down. Tell the Lord to tell your neighbor, today is your day. Repent and believe the good news. Repent and believe the good news. Say that to your neighbor. Now listen carefully. When you experience people in your team who are like that, they refuse to come for training. They refuse to do anything you tell them to do. Right? What you need to do is to get them to give you 50 names. You've done everything humanly possible for them to come in and run their business, they refuse. What I do is this: instead of letting that leg die off completely, I call that person, I say, give me 50 names. I will call those 50 names for you. That's what he wants to hear. Because he's not ready to do it himself, right? I will call the 50 names for you. The guy brings the 50 names to me first. I pick the 50 names. And I'll tell him, I'm going to call these 50 names for you. I'm going to call these 50 names with my own money. You don't need to bring anything because obviously you're not interested in what is happening. Right? But when these people sign up, I can match you, but I will take the sponsorship. Right? I tell them I'll take the sponsorship. And I like doing this in places where it pays me 3 times or more. I will take a sponsorship. Right? Now, the guy will say, that's after he has made the list. After. If he says, no, you can't take a sponsorship, I say, okay, take your list and go. People are still inviting them, whether I like it or not. They will still invite them. But if he says, okay, no problem, take the sponsorship. Beautiful. I will carry the names, I will call them, and they will sign up, and I will sponsor them. It is as if I am the one that sponsored them myself. Right? So I sponsor them even before you sign up. Right? What we are going to do is this. Tell your neighbor what we are going to do. Say that to your neighbor. What we are going to do is the one phrase you need to learn. You see, in English, in network marketing, you need to learn the language. Right? The language of conversation. Jim Rohn said the English dictionary is made up of over 50,000 words. How many of them do you master? Don't be casual in language. The reason many of you have the results you have today with your script is because the writers are not casual in language. Right? So, what we are going to do is this. You will make a name list of 50 people. You will give me the name list. I will call them, invite them. Some will join, some will not join. When they sign up, we are going to keep them in view so that when you sign up, we can put them under you immediately. Right? And once again, we're going to keep them in view. So the moment the guy says, okay, no problem, he's going to do it, we now give him the name list. He gives us the name list. We make our calls and the person signs up, right? A couple of them signs up and we tell the guy, come back to the first guy, bros. The man, the list you gave us has generated about 3 people who have signed up, right? So this is what we are going to do. Between now and the next 72 hours, right? You will raise the money to sign up yourself so that we can sign them up in right away. Because M Global cannot keep this registration for more than 72 hours, right? So if that happens, that means we have to sign the person by ourselves. And what does the guy do? There is urgency on him. He begins to run, is he helter skelter or skelter helter, any of them, right? And he generates the names, generates his money and signs up, and you sign the person up under him. But remember that you are the what? The sponsor. Right? You are the sponsor. So you need to understand this. When you learn how to become, I call it become a professional list developer, you no longer be afraid. You can go into any state of Nigeria, take only 50 questionnaires to that state, share the 50 questionnaires, invite people, they come, they're interested, they've not even signed up. From 5 people who fill your interest forms, you are getting 250 names that you're going to invite in a new state. Are you with me? Then I will see whether you will have time to be changing bulb in your office. You will have time to be changing, doing all those irrelevant things that you do to keep yourself busy in your office. So that when people come to your office, they'll say, man, this guy, you're working very, very hard. Let me tell you something. Working hard in our business is engaging in the 7 skills. If you are not engaging in the 7 skills for yourself, you are in the management trap. What do I mean by that? If you are not prospecting on your own, you're in the management trap. If you are not inviting on your own, you're in the management trap. If you are not presenting on your own, you're in the management trap. If you are not following up on your own, you're in the management trap. If you are not closing down for your own self, you're in the management trap. If you are not getting your own people started, you're in the management trap. Our business is copycat business. Your downlines are looking at what to copy from you. When they see another person who is signed up into the business, and then you are all over the place directing everybody, right? That's what they will do. I remember I called one of my downline once. I told the person, do you know I have signed up somebody under you? I signed up 2 people under you. They said, really? Wow, thank you very much. God bless you. The reason I signed up person under them because number 1 is the best place you're going to pay me. Number 2, I wanted to use that, see that person will activate through that those people I signed up under him, right? And what was the next question that came from his mouth? Can you send me their number? So I asked you, are very stupid. Can I send you their number? As in how now? As in you are their sponsor or what? Can you send me their number? So you call them and then you cost them with inactivity. Are you with me? That is the truth. Because you see, I want you to understand this. In this business, tell your neighbor, this business is not a democracy. Say that to your neighbor. It's not a democracy. If you think this business is democracy, you want to negotiate with everybody in your team. Let's negotiate. What we did feed the family, 50,000 families. And Pastor Mike said we are feeding 50,000 families. Did we tell them, let's do 21,000? No. It was decided. Our job is to plug in and bring the dream alive. Even about 10 days or so before they feed the family, we didn't believe it was possible. 50,000, we didn't believe. The only person that believed it was possible was Pastor Mike. All of us, Dr. Mbak, Dr. Victor, all of us, we didn't believe. It was like film. We were there arguing till 2 a.m. We finished that meeting without result. I'm telling you, with arguments. Everybody got angry and went out of the meeting. We reconvened the next day. By the time we slept and woke up in the morning, our hair started coming down. But we fed over 50,000 people. 56,000. This business is not a democracy. Let me tell you something. You don't know what is happening in the mind of your leaders. Are you with me? You don't know what is happening. Some of them, they think like something is touching them in their head. You don't know how the inspiration came to them. And they are selling the vision to you. And you are not seeing the vision. The worst mistake you can do is to argue with your leaders. So what you need to learn how to do is to copy whatever they are doing. Copy it. Right? I tell my downlines, copy the thing we tell you to copy. You have no right to change anything. until you are making what I am making. By the time you are making 2 million naira monthly, then you want to now check and see whether it will change. But will you change what has started taking you from 0 to 2 million naira monthly? There's no need to change. You don't change the winning team. You use it. Right? Not when your leader has given you everything that you need to grow. You will not start changing it. And then you use it, right? So as I begin to close down, for those of you who know, you know. Understand this, that those frontline distributors who demand the least attention are usually the ones who become the most successful. Some of you just signed up somebody, the person disappears. Say, okay, bros, I came for IPO, collect the IPO training, collect the QSG training. When the guy is done, Dr. Victor, please, can I get prediction slide? Give me prediction slide. Can I get a video or something where they give prediction? Collected the video, collected everything. Okay, Dr. Victor, thank you very much. Bye-bye. The guy disappears. You will call him on phone and he doesn't even pick. And before it was happening, he will send you 15 codes, 10 codes, 12 codes, 30 codes, 37 codes, 41 codes, 63 codes, 113 codes. Dr. Victor will be one to come, bros, what is happening? Say, I'm doing presentation. How? Where did you learn it? Where is your... don't you know? I have office in Karan Namoda, I have office in Kano, I have office in Jigawa, I have office in this place. Say, how? How do you learn to present? I collected presentation from you now. The guy is not calling you, Dr. Victor, come and close for me. Come and do this for me, come and do that for me. He created his own business. That is network marketing. You will learn, you will make mistakes, you will create your own business. But those people that are always calling you, Dr. Mba, come and close up for me. This person is coming from Kano, come and talk to him for me. This person is coming, come and do it, come and do it. They end up not creating a business. And they will only drag you down with them. Are you with me? So be careful, especially those of you who are running offices. It is easy for you to see yourself to be that person that is the fallback for everybody in your team. Everybody must come to you. Everybody must come clear things through you. Everybody must come there and do something through you. You don't want to let the leaders go flex their wings. Network marketing is a business of so many people doing very little, right? If network marketers were truly doing the numbers that it takes to succeed, no one will have the time to fall into the entrapment of administration. When you know you have 50 calls to make in a day, and you start making those 50 calls, you will not have the time to start chasing things that don't matter, right? Then, if you stop building your front lines before you have solid income, you will fail in this business. No one can succeed by sponsoring only a handful of people. You have to continue sponsoring over and over and over again, right? And know where your problem is coming from. Know where your problem is coming from in the business. I'm rounding up now, right? There's a story called the piano story in your first network marketing. There was this concert, and the gentleman came out and sat in front of this grand piano, bowed to them, and sat down and proceeded to destroy the piano. He started playing a combination of crap, and people were so annoyed they had to pull him out of the stage after 10 minutes. The guy stood up, bowed down, and walked away. As he was walking out, another guy with 30 years experience, a pianist, came in and sat down, and the moment his hand touched the piano responded, the same piano, and this beautiful music filled the whole concert, the whole auditorium. When he finished, he now went to the back to the dressing room and saw the guy washing his hands, the other guy washing his hands. And he was curious. He now asked him, how come you didn't look so embarrassed? Right? If I were you, I would have run out in shame. How come you're not that embarrassed? Because you know what, it wasn't my fault, it's the fault of the piano. Yes, many of you don't understand what I just said to you. The problem in your business is not your problem. It's a problem of your downlines. It's a problem of the electric bulb that is not working. It's the fact that you don't have a television for your presentation. It's the fact that NEPA used to take like they are too much and you don't have the monitor yet. It's the fact that the people around you, look at the message somebody in my team sent me. Sent me yesterday. No, this morning. Sir, I am taking time to talk to few people here to start with who send you work, right? I found out that soldiers are not inclined. I'm inside the barrack. This place is not conducive for it. Soldiers don't do the business. Is there any soldier here? Any military person here? If you have a military person in your team, raise your hand up. You can see that. But I thought soldiers don't do the business. So it's not her fault. It's a fault of the barracks. It's a fault of the state where she is. She's in Benue State. If you're in Benue State, raise your hand up. Okay, do people do net marketing in Benue State or did the governor ban it? They do, right? Okay. Oh, the governor even signed up himself. Oh, you see? So you see, that's the thing. So be sure you are not blaming the piano for your problem. Are you with me? Because in most cases, you are the cause and not the piano. Right? And also avoid setting up an adult daycare center. That's what many of you are doing. Your offices are what? Adult daycare what? Centers. Right? Daycare centers. Where you sign up and tell them, come, give me your list, I'll do it for you. The guy brings a list, gives to you, and goes to his office to relax, goes to the beach to relax, and you are there doing everything for all those adults. People that can do this for themselves. Somebody, I don't know how to make calls, so, and you accept the person doesn't know how to make calls, and you start making the calls for the person. I don't know how to invite people. I ask them, did you wait? When you got married? Say, yes, I did my wedding. How many people were at your wedding? There were over 300 people, 500 people, something. I cannot even count. They bring my wedding. Oh, really? How did they come? Were they just strolling along the road and they saw wedding? Ah, wedding, let me enter. No. Did you invite them? Yes. Okay, you know how to invite. I get my point. So we need to understand these things. That you should try not to set up an adult daycare center. Your offices, right, is an office that operates in the connected economy. Let it be an office that operates in the connected economy. Don't go and do industrial economy business in there. What do I mean by that? It's a business where you need to create people who are doing the activities the right way, and not where you are doing the activities for everyone just because you want to make money. And you see, the reason that happens is because for so many people, you are running a selfish business. What do I mean by saying you are running a selfish business? You are always acting up very, very well. You are running a selfish business because you are running a business because you want to make money alone. Network marketing is a business of people who love helping people. Right? Like the Challenge 36, and Mr. Mike mentioned. If you want to do this business, those of you here now, you say you want to run Challenge 36, you will not make money. You will not succeed. The only way you can succeed is if you say, okay, I want 5 people in my team to become millionaires. Right? I want 5 people to become millionaires. If you say, I want to become millionaire, so I will do Challenge 36, you will not become. But if you say, I want 5 people in my team to become millionaires, then you pick out 5 people that will run the Challenge 36, and you will work with those 5 people as they run the Challenge 36, and as they become millionaires, you will become a millionaire. It's as simple as that. So you see, the only way to win is to shift the focus from you and put the focus on others. Is to downplay yourself and focus more on other people. Is to not focus more on yourself, but to focus on other people and work to help them grow. And as you do this, you will create a very fantastic business for yourself. Right? So, in conclusion, our business is a business of leaders building their own frontline leaders. When you hear the word mastermind in C212, what do you think? The masterminds are the leaders of a mastermind. And they came in, they brought the vision, and they built their team. Each one of you should have your own mastermind group. Right? People who you sell the vision to, understand the vision, and together you drive with them. So leaders, success, our business is a business of leaders building their own leaders. Success comes from a person with leadership skills, having the vision, enthusiasm, and willingness to recruit other frontline leaders who in turn share the products and services, and then they also simplify and teach the duplicating system used by the leader. So in other words, our business is, I come into the business and I teach him how to run the business, right? Stand up. Now, I'm rounding up by showing you the secret of duplication. Look at this. This is how you duplicate in network marketing. I join the business, right? I learn the business, and what do? I recruit him into the business, right? I recruit him into the business. What do I do next so I don't sit in the management trap? Madam, please stand up. Thank you. Having recruited him into the business, I will teach him and work with him. I will work with him to recruit Madam into the business, right? I work with him to recruit Madam into the business. Madam, please stand up. What do I do next? I will teach him, right, how to teach her to work with Madam, to recruit Madam. I will teach him how to work with Madam to recruit her, right? So I'm the one teaching him how to come this way so I don't break it up. I will teach him how to work with her to recruit her. Please stand up. Next I'm going to do, I will teach him how to teach Madam to work with Madam here to recruit her. Who recruited her? Am I the one? No. Who recruited her? Am I the one? No. What of her? No. How many did I recruit in this situation here? One. But I taught him and I showed him the recruiting process, the duplicating process that will work down the line. And then I round it up by letting him know that you will keep this chain going, right? And you will teach your downlines and tell your downlines to keep telling the downlines that they must continue with this cycle. The moment it breaks, that line dies, begins to die off. What that means is I am not assuming they know. I am telling them, telling him to tell them, right? So he will tell her to keep it going. He will tell her, she will tell her to keep it going. She will tell her to keep it going. And everybody is conscious of the fact that they are all part of this intricate moving machine. They must keep this machine greased by teaching the duplicating system. These are your systems, right? By working the duplicating system. And at the end, you will find out, before you know what's happening, you have a very strong team of people who are running the business. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you here have offices, right? From where you run the business, or you're a key member of an office where you function. Never fall into that management trap. Always make sure that when you run your business, you run a duplicating business. Because according to what's his name, this man that looks like Albino Idoman, Randy Gage, according to Randy Gage, it is not what works that matters, but what duplicates. That's what matters, right? Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you for your right? Thank you very much.